Welcome back. I'm Rick Sanchez in for Campbell. Tonight there's an important national standoff that's going on between a so-called rogue sheriff and the U.S. federal government. Maricopa County's Joe Arpaio is not backing down. Not. He's been told to stop his immigration raids because his methods for choosing who to arrest are flawed, according to the feds. But he's telling the feds that he will not stop. Now it seems neither side is willing to back down.
At the end of the day, I feel that the sweeps that he conducts in Maricopa County aren't consistent with our priorities as an agency, and that's namely to identify and remove serious criminal aliens from the streets of Arizona.
That's one of the officials from ICE who says doesn't have a problem with other sheriffs, just Arpaio. And this is not stopping Arpaio from conducting sweeps. Some are now wondering, is it 2009 or is it 1963 when Bull Connor's aggressive police tactics against blacks in the South sparked civil rights legislation? Listen to how Arpaio told me that he decides who to arrest. Let me ask you a question. How do you know when you arrest someone that they're illegal?
Well, first of all, Rick, we do it pursuant to our duties. When we come across someone on another crime and we find out that they are illegal, we take action. If those that have not committed a crime, we had the training, we still do, we turn them over to ICE.
Well, but wait a minute. But you just said you detain people who haven't committed a crime. How do you prove that they're not illegal?
It has to do with their conduct, what type of clothes they're wearing, their speech. They admit it. They may have phony IDs. A lot of variables involved.
You judge people and arrest them based on their speech and the clothes that they're wearing, sir?
No, when they're in a vehicle with someone that has committed a crime, we have the right to talk to those people. When they admit they are here illegally, we take action.
But you just told me, let's go back here. You just told me that you arrest a people and turn them over to the feds even if they haven't committed a crime.
No, they did commit a crime. They are here illegally.
But how did you know they were here illegally? And then you went on to tell me it's because of the clothes they wore.
Well, you look at the federal law. The federal law specifies it's the speech, the clothes, the environment, the erratic behavior. It's right in the law.
All right, that was Friday. Interestingly enough, when he said that was before he was told that he had to stop the raids. Well, today, I spoke with Sheriff Arpaio today. He told me that just this weekend, his people picked up dozens more suspected illegal immigrants, and he doesn't care, he says, what anyone, especially Washington, thinks about it. Standoff? You bet. Here's my conversation now. Listen to this. This is with Sheriff Joe Arpaio just a couple of hours ago. Sheriff, always good to see you, sir.
Yeah, you're on the same kick. Go ahead, Rick.
All right, looks like John McCain, though, is coming to your defense. I mean, some people might see it that way. He's asking Homeland Security Secretary Janet Napolitano, who's a fellow Arizonan, as you know, worked with you for many years, why she is, specifically, he wants to know why she's stripping you of your federal arrest privileges. What do you make of McCain coming out and saying that or asking for that?
Well, I don't know. I know the reason why. It's all politics. I can go back when the Obama administration took office. You don't have the time. But let me just say this. You'd say I violate the law. We arrested 66 more over the weekend. 30 happened to be illegal, human smuggling suspects going into the workplace. We had state laws, Rick.
But you specifically told not to do that. But well, hold on. You know, you're coming right in here and giving us the information that I suppose we were looking for, and that is, you just heard an ICE representatives go on the air and question several things about your sweeps. They don't want you to do them. They question what you use as probable cause. I mean, they've got a lot of problems with the way you do your job, and they don't want you to do it. That's what he told us on national television.
Well, you know, he doesn't know what he's talking about. I have the right as the sheriff to do crime suppression and lock up those that violate the law. He can't tell me, the federal government, how I enforce the laws of the state of Arizona. And number two, we turned over 19 over the weekend, 19 illegal aliens to ICE. And they weren't charged with anything. We came across them pursuant to our crime suppression.
But, well, you know what? I mean, I'm just going to make the argument, sir, and you follow me here. The way the U.S. Constitution is written is that you can't do unlawful searches and seizures. In other words, yeah, if you go out there today and take in 100 people, there's a good chance that 18 or 19 of them may be thieves who have stolen something or have fake IDs, or you'll find something on them. But the other 20 or the other 81 may be innocent, and you violated their constitutional rights. That's what the feds are saying that you're doing. Do you buy it, and what's your response?
Well, if we violated it, why did they accept them for being illegal over the weekend with no other charge other than being here illegally?
Now, we come back to the same question, though, about how you know that they were illegal if you didn't use a method of probable cause that we are not supposed to use in this country. There are 25 years of laws and standard used by police departments where they're real careful about probable cause so that we don't create a Gestapo environment in this country.
We're using the same criteria as a U.S. Border Patrol does every day, arresting thousands of people to come into this country, and that's under Homeland Security.
But the U.S. Border Patrol is on the border. You are nowhere near the border. You're literally going into people's neighborhoods, into schools. This weekend you went into a car wash to essentially decide for yourself who was here illegally and not illegally, and the feds are saying they don't want you doing that.
No, the feds are not saying that. He has said all along that I have the right to do crime suppression operations. I just don't have the authority right now to utilize his credentials under that 287G. But we don't need it.
Okay, let's listen to it again. Do me a favor, Dan, if you could, that soundbite we ran just a little while ago, let's listen to it together. And this interview was very lengthy. We just cut out the part where we thought we were trying to get the essence of what he was saying. Michael, have we got that yet? All right, let's play it. Here it is.
At the end of the day, I feel that the sweeps that he conducts in Maricopa County aren't consistent with our priorities as an agency, and that's namely to identify and remove serious criminal aliens from the streets of Arizona.
You're going to sit there and tell the feds you don't care what they say, you're going to do it your way, and you're going to do it when you want to do it?
No, they don't tell me how to do my job enforcing state laws. I worked 25 years as a top Justice Department drug enforcement official. I think I know the federal law and how to operate under the federal blanket. So
for the record, they're saying you don't, and they're saying you're violating it.
Then come on after me if he thinks I'm violating any of federal laws.
And the showdown continues, and we'll continue to follow it for you. Meanwhile, up next, our special series, what we are about to reveal. It's the FBI's most wanted. These are the newest members of this notorious list, and what you need to know about them.
He's smiling. It looks like he really enjoys what he does. He enjoys killing people.
Right here on CNN, the FBI will add 3 hardened criminals to the list of names that includes Osama bin Laden. Now, we begin with the story of a man who's believed to have murdered 4 people, including the mother of his own child. Joe Sanchez. Who is he?
Sanchez, a.k.a. Jose, Louis, and more than 24 other aliases, now wanted in connection with 4 murders and a kidnapping and rape. Investigators say Sanchez suspected his girlfriend and the mother of his child, Sagrada Hernandez, would turn him in. So he kidnapped her, took her to his grandmother's house, and raped and murdered her.
And from that point on, he became a fugitive for the next 10 years.
FBI Special Agent Scott Garriola believes Sanchez graduated from local gangs to international drug trafficking, crossing the border with falsified documents.
By the way, in just a moment, we're going to be joined right here by an FBI assistant director who's going to tell us why it's been so difficult to catch this guy. For 10 years now, he's been out there. Where could he possibly be? You know what this is? This is in many ways a call to action for many of you who are watching us right now. That's why we're doing this. Right. Let me ask you a question. Sure. I'm curious. 10 years is a long time. I mean, when the FBI's on your tail, I couldn't probably last 10 hours or maybe 10 minutes, right? This guy's been out there 10 years. How's he been able? How do you hide for 10 years?
He has a very intricate network of people that can protect him. He travels back and forth across the border using aliases. He lives sometimes in Mexico, sometimes in Southern California. Mm-hmm. And he fits in and amongst his neighborhood and he is able to be protected by the gang members around him.
That seems amazing, doesn't it? That somebody in this country, in this day and age, with the technology and everything else, that he'd be able to be out there.